What's up, guys? I want to apologize right now for the muffledness. I'm wearing my regulator just because I just got done painting my Firewall on my Blazer here. I did it with the Raptor liner. I used it one jug of the tintable kit. There's still a little bit left in there, but that's just, you can't get it with the gun. There's got the hardener, and then it was the custom shop. This is safety orange. There's the part number. It's really close to the color of my toolbox, just a couple shades darker. Got a little more black in it than the toolbox does. It's also a tad bit different color than Chevrolet engine orange. It's a little, this is a little more pinky. It's close. It's really close on the camera. It's even closer in person. This actually, the camera cuts it down a little bit. But yeah, this is also a tad bit different color than the bottle. Actually, in the camera, it looks perfect. Well, in real life, it looks pretty good. So I guess it is pretty good. There are some thin spots in it. There are some thicker spots in it. I didn't get it perfect. I peeled all the tape off. I had everything pretty much covered. I did something stupid, didn't tape them up. Definitely gonna have to run some thread chasers down them, clean them up. I put tape in all them holes, taping those holes, taping those holes down there. Underneath, I'm just gonna bedline it, or not bedline it, but I'm gonna just put some rubberized undercoating. That'll be fine. I'm just gonna mask it and do that underneath when this all dries, just so it looks black and nice. I'm definitely, I used the $10 shoots gun that they sell. Where's the part number on this bad boy? There's the, well, they really ain't got a paint or part number. What? Yeah, it's the gun, reorder code gun-1. So yeah, it's the cheap gun, the $10 gun. The gun was awesome. It cleaned up really well with acetone. Great gun. This regulator I bought, this is just a cheap generic regulator I bought off Amazon. It's like 10 bucks. This thing is complete garbage. This whole Firewall was shot anywhere between 20 and 80 psi because this literally would not hold it. It just randomly jump around. I had to keep adjusting the dial until I ended up spinning it all the way out to get max pressure through it. And then I went over and put on Old Faithful, and some of it's painted it. The majority of some of it is 45 psi. Then I put the Old Faithful, the bad boy, on here. She said actually between like 60 and 75 because of the hose. It's got, you know, you lose pressure at the hose. It's got 45 psi right at the gun. So yeah, I set that to 45 psi at the gun, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. That gives me another moisture trap. And I got the filter on the gun. That should be good enough for doing this. I played around on some cardboard. I ended up using some higher, different. Probably for the, when I do the body, I touched some greasy stuff, but when I do the body of the truck, I'm probably going to spend a little more money on the $70 gun. Of course, the heater's got to run. But, yeah, I'm going to probably spend a little bit more money on the $70 gun. Sorry about this, making my voice sound horrible, but this stuff stinks and is nasty. So would definitely recommend doing it outside if you can, or well ventilated, or wear a respirator like I am. I didn't do up here because I'm going to do this at the same time I do the window. I'm going to pull the windshield out. I'm going to fix these dents. I'm going to sand everything down real good. I'm going to seam seal up in there, and do some other stuff. There's a little bit of rust starting on the window lip, I can tell. You can barely tell that I have seam sealer right there, which is what I wanted not to tell. I mean, you're not going to see that because the engine's going to be right there, but I don't know, you kind of can see it. But if you go in here, yeah, I got the seam sealer in there. So yeah, I did that. I'm going to go ahead, I'll pull the doors off. I'm going to end up building me a bulkhead of some sort, maybe out of a tarp or something. Stuff all the stuff in the back, and put a piece of tarp or build some cardboard back here, something, because I'm going to pull the windshield out and pull the doors off. So when I do the floors, it won't be difficult to be able to do all the floors and the rockers and everything. Maybe these doors open by crack just so it gets heat on the back side of the Firewall. The temperature in here is at 68 degrees. So over here, it should be probably probably 70 to 72 degrees, because the furnace blows hot air this way. So this corner of the shop is actually hotter than the thermostat that's right by that has the coldness of that corner. So it's hotter in this corner than it is in the rest of the shop, which is a burden. And It depends on the day. It can be a burden if I'm working really, really hard, sweating my balls off, or on a normal day that I'm just doing like some fine carb work or something, not really working real hard, and you're normally not got the blood flowing and stuff, and you're cold. It's perfect. But it's perfect for paint drying too, because it makes it a little hotter over here. So I got this, as you guys can see, I shot some down in there. That's fine. I don't care. I didn't clean any of that up, so it won't stick anyways. But that is what it looks like, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Like I said, this regulator is a pile of garbage. The inline filter, that seems to be all right. So I'm happy with the gun. Like I said, the gun cleaned up awesome with acetone. It's about a jug of acetone. I got the Napa safety respirator. First respirator I bought in a long time. I got a medium because that's all they had. I'm definitely going to be getting a large because this bad boy is a wee bit on the small side for my fat head. So, yeah. My prep was, I already painted that with the self-etching primer from Rust-Oleum. It's acid etch primer. It's similar to the very similar to the U-Pull stuff that they sell. Their acid etching primer that you're supposed to use with the Raptor. So that's why I did that. It will bond to regular paint and everything. You should just use it over bare metal. I probably could have just bonded over the bare metal and scuffed the rest, and it'd have been fine. But I primed the whole thing. For the door jambs and stuff, I'll probably just acid etch over the bare metal and then use a high build primer in the locations, and then sand it down with like 400 grit sandpaper, and then scuff it with a little bit harder than that, I want to get it nice and flat in the body. I'll smooth it out, find the dents and everything, and do body work. I want the body to be pretty straight, then I'll bedline it. Like I said, I'll probably get the more expensive gun so I can dial in just the texture I want for the body. And this will be a lot easier because it'll just be passes and passes like normal. Like just normal paint. Well, obviously it's not normal paint, but it's bedline. But obviously, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with the dash yet because it's all cut out and stuff. I may be putting, I don't know yet. I'm going to try to either source another dash to put it in. I'm going to figure that out here sometime. I might just run with this dash, but I'm going to end up painting the dash bottom orange. I'm going to try to get all the stuff in here cleaned out, find a home for it, and I want to pull the topper off the back, and I want to actually scrub the inside of this with the doors and stuff off, just because it's disgusting in here. I went ahead and got this done. She's got some stuff in it, but this is hardened up pretty good. This is re-seam sealed. That's the GM stuff. I'm probably going to put some kind of plug in this, find a plug for that size on both sides, because I'm not using the factory seat belts, because I'm using the newer GM seats with built-in seat belts. So definitely on the agenda too, new door hinges. We'll have new door hinges, new door latches, that stuff. Gonna do new window felts. I'll probably try to get 2 new gull wing windows and do all the new rubbers. Which I ain't really gonna worry about that until I actually paint the doors and everything. I don't know if I'm gonna try to save this here or not. We'll see. But yeah, so yeah, there's me with my respirator on there. Yeah, see, woohoo. Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and get this cut off. I'm gonna leave the heater up right now. It'll auto reset in the morning back down to 65. I might bump it down to like 66, 65 right now, just so I don't burn all the oil out of it, which is fine. I'll probably leave it at this because I've got plenty of oil this winter. But yeah, I got a good line here, so that's pretty good. You want to pull it back on itself, because if you pull it away from itself, it stretches. And if you pull it back on itself, it cuts a good tape line. I did that here. Of course, this on point will be all bed line. I will end up probably taping over this here and leaving that. I'm gonna paint a lot of stuff with safety orange and the I don't have any on hand. I'm gonna buy some and see how close it matches, but the high performance enamel. I love this paint in black and flat black. I'm gonna try the orange in it and see how it matches in the gloss, and if it matches pretty good, that'll be my some of my stuff that can't be bed lined, like my door hinges. I mean, you could probably bed line the door hinges, just tape the rollers and stuff off, but I'm not going to bed line the hinges. I'll paint them orange. Yeah. I'll probably pull these off the boots and they'll get painted too, so I'll probably paint them orange as well. Just little odds and ends like that won't be getting painted black and whatnot. So yeah, I want to go into the striker post, new door latches, new door hinges, get all the doors set on there, set good, closing good. Of course, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to bedline the inside of the doors and the door jambs together. I'll probably get the chutes gun for that. Being that was a dark primer, I think that's also changed the color, made it a little darker. It's brighter in the camera than it is actually in real life, which is all right. I don't need a screaming under hood color. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to buy another kit. I'm gonna get a big kit probably. The shelf life on it not mixed up is really good, so I'm not really worried about that. But I got some work to do to the doors. I got some body work I have to do to the doors. I have to clean up some seams. Got a little bit of bad crustation going on, which I'll fill in with some filler or something. At least get this rust stopped, patch it, whatever. So yeah, gotta get all that stuff done. But it came out pretty good. Coverage really good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I gotta get my AC box cleaned up and ready, and it can go back in. I don't know if I'm 100% gonna put it back in yet. I will probably paint my dash or figure out what I'm gonna do with my dash first before I do the heater box back in. But it is looking pretty good. I gotta clean this bad boy out. It's disgusting here. I'm gonna clean all this up, possibly hit it with some flat black paint or some semi-gloss paint just to make it look a little better. Of course, it's gonna get gaskets all around it, new sealant, just so it doesn't leak and whatnot. But yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. This respirator is killing the arch top of my nose and is really just hurting my face because it's a wee bit small, like I said earlier. Oh yeah, I guess I can show you something real fast before I move on here, or shut off here. I got both heads done. The drivers and passengers. I ended up cleaning my push rods and a couple of the rockers. Luckily, I'm replacing the rockers because let me get past all this stuff. Yes, I did put covers on all these four-wheelers in my toolbox before I started spraying. So I don't want to overspray some other people's stuff. That would be kind of rude. But yeah, I got 3 of them. Set that up there. I got my intake, my plastic intake in the bath here. Yeah, she's soaking right now. I'll take that out tomorrow morning and take it over the power washer and give her a good blow. You know, good heat. But yeah, these push rods here, very bad scratching in them. The mess ends nice and shiny. Looks very nice. It's really kind of hard to tell because it won't autofocus. Yeah. So they look, yeah, I don't know, you really can't tell. But yeah, them aren't nice and shiny. They're all messed up. So were 2 of my, actually 3 of my rockers were messed up. So I went ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and buy some new ones of those. I'm just really happy to see that that Firewall is orange. That is exciting and just imagine in the next coming months, the whole truck will be that color except the top. I like that color. I'm excited. And from this angle, it's very hard to tell them apart from my toolbox. So if you guys obviously can't tell, my favorite color is orange. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. This to me feels a big accomplishment. I mean, for most people, painting a Firewall would not be a big accomplishment, but it's a big step forward in my project here because I'm learning new things. This is the first time I've sprayed bed liner other than out of a spray can. Like I said, I'm going to do some rubberized undercoating just up underneath there to clean that up, make it look a little better. If I get a little on the frame, it's fine. I do want to go through and try to pop all the body bolts loose because I want to replace it. I'll just jack the body up a little bit and put poly bushings throughout the body because I'm going to do new poly bushings up here. I almost thought I had a front clip tracked down. Turns out that they're wanting a little more out of the vehicle than I thought initially they were going to want out of it. So that kind of backfired, but it was also a long box two-wheel drive. I was going to cut the frame and then build me a little, like, it had a topper and everything, really cool topper. I was going to build me a little camper to pull behind my K5 or my 83. What I'd like to do is get another one and do that and make a little camper to pull behind that's bedlined the same color with a 4-inch lift with 35-inch tall tires on it with the same wheels as this. Basically have its twin I can pull. So I can set it up. I can go wheeling with this or whatever. Which I don't plan on wheeling this much because I'm going to have way too much money in it to want to wheel it. So, but yeah, I'm happy with how it's turned out so far. Once I figure out my dash situation, I'm going to build a LS engine run stand out of my engine stand. I want to build braces, get like a cheap aluminum radiator, and get me hoses that mount up to the LS water pump and everything, and then get me a battery, and I'll kind of half-ass the wiring harness for right now. But eventually I'll build me a nice little deal like a turnkey with an oil pressure gauge and whatnot. But I'd like to build me a run stand so I can start it and run it, get it up to operating temperature. I can get the idle to tune and get the idling on the engine stand so I know I can put it right in the truck and it will idle. But yeah, I want to be able to do that. And I mean, it'd be nice to be able to run it, get it, and make sure the head gaskets are going to hold. Because I mean, if you got to take anything apart again, you don't want it in the truck. To be able to pull back out the truck, put it back on the engine stand, tear it down, or tear it down in the truck. It is much easier to let it run in this form. I'm really thinking also getting a 5-gallon bucket, cutting a hole in the top, getting an 03-ish, like a $26. They sell $26 fuel cylinders for like an 03 Chevy Silverado with the pump and everything in it for like $26. So I'm gonna probably buy that, build my own lines, and then I'll just have that running it. And I mean, 5 gallons of fuel will run, 2 gallons of fuel will run these things idle forever. So I shouldn't worry about that. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do. You guys can see I got a little overspray in the frame. The overspray on this is not that bad. I had cardboard up here, obviously protect my toolbox, and obviously on the 4-wheeler there and some other stuff. But the overspray was not that bad. I mean, look at the tires. There's hardly any overspray on it. There's a little bit closer you get, but not bad. It just looks really good. I mean, I was probably from about here. I was spraying a little closer than recommended. I mean, I was probably about 14 to 16 inches away. But yeah, it looks, I'm happy. I'm really happy. My finger's there for some reason. Wait a minute, is that my finger? Yeah, weird. All right. But anyways, this video's been on for gone on for 17 minutes now, and that's a little longer than I'd like it. But yeah, so thanks guys for watching, and keep posted on this this build process, and hopefully we'll get moving. I've got get a bunch of parts ordered for this engine. I got all like the head gasket, head bolts, and what that stuff. I got the cam I'm gonna run, and my timing chain over here, my lifters and whatnot. So I just got to get my rockers, my push rods, gaskets, and whatnot. So, yep. We'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to get out of here so I can get this respirator off and go home and relax. So, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.